Greetings, outstanding folks, and welcome back. Jovan with a first trumpet video in a while. I haven't done a whole lot of trumpet work lately because most of my brass work's been on the trombone, trying to get through the Rubank method, on the intermediate method. Once I get through it, I'll spend more time trying to get through Arvin. But in fact, I think my last trumpet video was when I received this Bach trumpet. It's about roughly 30 years old, and tested the mouthpieces came with it to compare with the 1E mouthpiece I normally use in my trumpet training. And so I'll use it on this will be the control, the 1E. The lighting may affect the ability to see it. I have 3 mouthpieces to test along with it. I'm not going to do anything. I'll have just quick C arpeggio and maybe a few squawks of high notes, a few grunts of low notes, just see what happens. Yeah, I think I probably hit the G about double of high. Something like that. Like nothing too elaborate. Double pedal C is about as low as I'm going to go because, like I said, not too elaborate, just comparing mouthpieces. But that was my Bach 1E, the control, because that's what I'm used to using. The next mouthpiece is another Bach mouthpiece. I'll set the trumpet aside. This will probably be the last Bach I buy for a trumpet. It's a Bach 5S. It's actually a commercial mouthpiece. Standard mouthpieces are around about $70 a piece as of the date of this video. The commercial mouthpieces are around about $90, but commercial mouthpieces are hard to find these days for some reason. And as a comparison, one thing is the numbered sizes on the rims of the commercial mouthpiece don't match the ones of the standard one. There's a little variance, and there are only 8 sizes of commercial mouthpieces. You have 3, 5, 7, and 10.5. The MV is a modified V cap, and the S is the shallow cap. This is a 5S, so shallow cap. 5S listed on the box side as having 16.31 millimeter cap diameter, rim diameter, and shallow cap like the 1E. So it's probably going to be similar to a 3E. A couple of other key differences. Notice that the 5S in my right hand, the rim thickness is a lot thinner than the 1E, and where you have that little step in there is a little longer, so they actually meet the same spot, and the body of it is a lot longer, closer to the Bach megatone. I'll give this a little test. It's designed to have a little bit different sound than your standard mouthpieces. This is my first time messing with it on a trumpet, so they all have. Wow, high note's a lot easier to do. I think I'd probably just hit an E above double high C as a fluke. So it definitely handles the penalties as well as the 1E. Now, next mouthpiece I'll test out. First non-Bach professional level mouthpiece. So Lynn Nicholson Mack Park. Now those are, if you haven't heard of Lynn Nicholson, he was a trumpet player that was coming up in the 70s. He worked with Maynard Ferguson for a lot of years. And he taught the Maynard Ferguson protocol from the time that Maynard Ferguson passed away several years ago to the time Lynn Nicholson himself passed away a few months ago. And he was known in the 1970s that Maynard Ferguson's band had an arrangement of a tune called MacArthur Park, and Lynn Nicholson did a solo on it. The Mack Park mouthpiece is based on having his customized jet tone mouthpiece scanned. Listed rim diameter is about 16.89 millimeters. Shallow cap. So it's similar to 1E. But let's see how it goes. I just hit G above double high C for the first time in my life. Real easy. And it will still do double pedal C. That's Mack Park. Now, Lynn Nicholson mouthpiece is around about $175, so it's definitely a professional level mouthpiece. Now, last mouthpiece I'll test out is the other Lynn Nicholson line. It's Lynn Nicholson Xpiece. And it's actually a true V cap, pretty shallow. The rim size at 16 millimeters, so it's similar, close to 10, depth about an E. And it's actually a training mouthpiece to go along with the Reversible Rim, which I'll demonstrate after I check this out. And they're trained for guys who use Mack Ferguson protocol. And here it goes. Oh yeah, high notes are really easy on this thing. Yeah, the pedal note's a little bit more difficult. That's because of the smaller rim. High notes are really easy on this thing. So I was like, I'm liking the results on these Lynn Nicholson mouthpieces really well. I'll set the trumpet aside, because I'll show you this reversible rim. That's what it is. Two-sided rim. And it's basically made to help the guys set up his air. And one side's supposed to be more difficult than the other. And it teaches you how to set up your air. I just did it for a few seconds to get a workout in my abs. And to run this thing, you better have relaxed chops, because if you use any stress, any brute force, it's not going to work. Conventional embouchure setup will not work. You gotta have relaxed chops. Well, that's enough on that. I'm doing another demonstration, another check of those 4 mouthpieces. I'm a nice little Mack Soprano Trombone. It takes a trumpet mouthpiece. I'm not going to do as much with it as I did on the trumpet. That was my 1E. Bach 5S. Same thing. Just jacking around with it. The Lynn Nicholson Mack Park. And finally, on the Soprano Trombone, the Xpiece. So that's what those mouthpieces do on Soprano Trombone, just as well as my chops can execute. So I'll give a few final comments. As far as the Bach mouthpieces go, those commercial mouthpieces, they're good mouthpieces for Bachs. They run about $90, whereas the standard ones run about 70. However, just from how things felt when I tested out those two Lynn Nicholson mouthpieces, I think it is safe to say, as you'll see in the title of this video, I think I'd be safe in finally retiring the Bach. It served me well up to this point, but I found something better. I'm making the change. I'm expecting good results as a result. So, thanks for putting up with me. Thanks for watching. You're welcome to subscribe. Wish you all the best. Have a great one.